Welcome to the deep dive. Our whole thing here is cutting through the noise, getting straight to ideas that actually make you think differently. And today we're really getting into one that, personally, it shifted how I see my own thoughts.
That's right. We're digging into Michael A. Singer's The Untethered Soul. And it's this deep look at inner freedom, consciousness, really the art of letting go. It hits you with that huge question. Who are you, really? I mean, expect some insights that might shake up how you see yourself, but also, thankfully, some really practical ways to find peace.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Singer starts with something that, honestly, it kind of rocked my idea of what me even means. He begins with this foundational challenge, asking us to look past the obvious stuff, your name, your job, all that.
Yeah.
And instead, just notice there's a voice in your head all the time.
Yeah, but
The one that's constantly narrating, commenting on everything, worrying, replaying stuff. Sometimes it's even arguing with itself. It literally never stops.
Exactly. And that brings us to Singer's first huge insight, maybe the biggest game changer. You are not that voice. You're the one who hears it. And that's not just like a neat idea. It's the actual starting point for getting free from all that mental chatter and emotional turmoil.
You just have to notice it.
Yeah, just notice you can hear it.
Yeah.
If you can hear it, you can't be it. Try it right now, just for a second.
Yeah.
Quietly notice the voice. Don't fight it. Just observe. You'll see.
But, for a lot of us, that voice really feels like us. It's so tied up with who we think we are. So how does Singer say we even start pulling that apart?
That's a really important point. He's not actually saying you need to silence the voice. That's maybe impossible, or at least really hard. It's more about changing your relationship to it. Like imagine it's someone chattering away in the backseat of your car. You can hear them, sure, but you don't have to let them grab the steering wheel. The big shift happens when you realize you're the awareness, the witness to the voice, not the voice itself. Just noticing that creates this little bit of space. And in that space, that's where freedom starts to creep in.
Okay, so if it's not the bad things happening outside us that are the main source of suffering, what is it then? Because usually, something bad happens, we feel bad. That seems direct. Singer's saying something else, though, that our suffering is more about how we, process things, how we cling to them inside long after they're over.
Precisely. Think of every emotion you didn't fully feel, every experience you didn't really process. It's like energy that gets stuck inside like a stone in your shoe you just ignore. Eventually, it causes this constant low-level irritation, or that might show up as anxiety or stress or just feeling heavy. So the key to freedom, Singer says, is letting go, just allowing these energies, these emotions, to pass through you without fighting them.
Like clouds.
Exactly like clouds in the sky. Thoughts and emotions, they just come and go naturally. We only get stuck, we only suffer when we grab onto them and refuse to let them move on.
This makes me think of that metaphor. He uses the inner thorn. It's so vivid.
Oh yeah, that's a powerful one.
He says, imagine you have a thorn stuck in your arm. Every time anything touches it, even lightly, it hurts like crazy. So you could spend your whole life trying to control everything around you, right?
Yeah.
Wearing padding, avoiding people, building walls, all just to stop anything from bumping that thorn.
Living in constant fear, basically.
Yeah. Or you could just deal with the thorn itself, pull it out. And in life, he says, these thorns are old emotional wounds, feeling rejected or betrayed or like a failure. And so many of us just spend years, decades maybe, protecting these sore spots instead of actually healing them. It really makes you stop and think how much energy we burn just trying to avoid discomfort.
It really does. And Singer is crystal clear on this. Real freedom only comes when you find the courage to actually face the pain. To really feel it and then let it go. It isn't about pretending it doesn't hurt. It's about allowing it to pass through you. That's how you genuinely remove the thorn.
So as we go deeper into his work, it feels like it moves a bit beyond just psychology. It gets more into spirituality, pure awareness. He talks about the seat of self. What's that about?
Right. The seat of self. It's essentially that place inside you that just observes. Think about it.
Yeah.
You can watch your thoughts appearing and disappearing. You can feel emotions rising and falling, changing all the time. But the you that's doing the watching, the awareness itself, that doesn't change. It's constant, it's steady, it's free.
Oh, okay.
That core awareness, Singer says, that is who you really are.
Yeah.
Not the stream of thoughts and feelings that flow through it, but the space, the awareness itself. Timeless, unshaken.
Okay, and this is where, for me, it gets really interesting. He talks about energy flow. how our hearts and minds are supposed to be naturally open and flowing. But let's be honest, that doesn't really sound like most people's daily experience, does it? Feels more like constriction.
You're absolutely right. It often doesn't feel that way.
Mm.
But according to Thinger, that natural flow gets blocked whenever we resist life.
Yeah.
Every single time we desperately cling to something pleasant or try really hard to push away something unpleasant or painful,
Mhm.
we create a contraction. We block that natural energy flow.
And that's why we feel drained.
That's a huge part of it, yeah. Holding on to old hurts, anxieties about the future, regrets, it takes enormous energy. So the antidote he offers is this idea of radical openness,
Hmm.
which doesn't mean being a doormat. It means letting life, the good and the bad, flow through you without putting up internal resistance.
Mm.
It means being fully present with whatever's happening right now, not trapped by the past or desperately trying to control the future. It's about letting go of that inner fight.
Okay, but what about fear? So many of us feel like, I'll live fully after I get rid of this fear, clear path first. Singer seems to challenge that head on.
He really does. His perspective is that fear isn't the thing blocking the path. Fear is the path, or at least it shows you where the path is. He says fear isn't something to run away from. It's the very thing we need to walk through if we want to grow. Every time fear pops up, it's like a big neon sign pointing directly at a wall you've built inside yourself.
So you lean into it.
You lean in, you feel it, you watch it, you acknowledge it, but you don't let it make your decisions for you. And each time you do that, act despite the fear, that wall gets a little smaller. Your comfort zone expands. And slowly, life starts to feel less like a prison of limitations and more like, well, freedom.
And taking that idea of facing discomfort even further, he brings in death, calls it the ultimate teacher. That sounds pretty intense.
It is intense, but incredibly clarifying. It forces a crucial question. What happens to your perspective when you really accept that your time is limited? Singer points out that suddenly all the small stuff, the petty worries and annoyances that consume our days, they just lose their power. If you knew you only had a week left, would you really waste time stewing over some minor irritation?
Probably not.
Right. You'd probably live more fully, love more openly, forgive more easily. That awareness brings this incredible sense of perspective. It shifts you towards gratitude and this kind of urgency, not frantic, but a deep sense of wanting to not waste these precious moments on things that ultimately don't matter.
One of the ideas that feels most radical, maybe most transformative in all this, is living from surrender. It sounds so counterintuitive in our culture, doesn't it? All about striving and control.
It absolutely does sound counterintuitive.
Hmm.
But Singer himself, well, he based decades of his life on this principle, just allowing life to unfold, saying yes to what shows up, challenges and opportunities alike, without trying to force a specific outcome. Now, to be clear, surrender doesn't mean being passive or just giving up. It's not carelessness.
Okay.
It's more about trusting that there's a kind of deeper intelligence to life, something bigger than your own ego's plans and fears. When you surrender in this way, you stop reacting defensively all the time. Instead, you can respond creatively, consciously, to what's actually in front of you. You become a partner with life's flow, not someone constantly fighting against it.
So if you actually manage to live this way, what does that feel like? What's the picture Singer paints of being truly untethered?
Well, the picture he paints is, you're no longer run by that voice in your head. You're not constantly pushing away pain or desperately grabbing for pleasure. You experience yourself primarily as the witness, that calm, steady awareness we talked about. There's a sense of spaciousness, of freedom, a deep underlying peace. Doesn't mean challenges disappear, life still happens. But you meet them from that place of openness and inner stability, rather than from fear and contraction. It's like having a really solid inner anchor no matter how stormy it gets outside.
Wow, okay, so pulling this all together for everyone listening, what are the big takeaways here if you had to boil it down?
All right, key takeaways from Singer. First, and maybe foremost, you are not your thoughts. You're the awareness that notices them. That's huge.
Okay.
Second, those inner thorns. Let them go. Face the underlying pain, allow yourself to feel it and release it. Don't keep protecting the wounds.
Right. Heal them instead.
Exactly. Third, keep your heart open. Let energy flow. Stop the constant clinging and resisting. Let life move through you.
Lean into fear.
Yes. Fourth, lean into fear. See it as a signpost showing you exactly where you need to grow. Walk through it.
And fifth, remember death. Let the awareness of your limited time sharpen your focus on what truly matters. Don't sweat the small stuff.
And finally, maybe the hardest but most rewarding, surrender. practice trusting life's flow. Let go of the need to control everything. See where it takes you.
Powerful stuff.
So maybe a final thought to leave you with. If the real goal isn't to control life, but actually to flow with it, what's just one specific thing you're trying to control right now that maybe, just maybe, you could try releasing this week, even just as an experiment, just to see what happens?
That's a great challenge. We really hope you continue exploring this path. Think of this deep dive as just an invitation to try living from that place of awareness day by day, to keep your heart open whatever comes your way, and to really treat this life like the incredible fleeting gift that it is.